Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Josue. Thank you for coming to my channel. First things first, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I will have to say July has been a fun slash crazy month. Late June, we got a couple of emails being sent out to us saying that the manufacturers are going to take a week off or something like that, or some downtime to, I guess, have their employees go on vacation, if I'm not mistaken. So the manufacturers will shut down for about a week. So I'm like, okay, I'll probably focus on some dealer transfers here in the state of Texas. I've got some questions in regards of some dealer transfers because I think people are asking me, is that possible in their state as well, as far as transferring and only staying in Texas? I'm gonna take that really quickly. So I'll get to that in a second. So with that being said, so the beginning of July started off pretty slow, and plus, 4th of July weekend, I really wanted to spend more time at home, more time with the family and things like that. So I wasn't really in a rush to get back on the road or anytime soon. But the load board hasn't coming out yet. For those of you who don't know what a load board is, it's a list of, we get it in the format of an email. We look on it and we can see what unit is going to where and the gross vehicle weight of it, if it's a fifth wheel or a travel trailer. It's got a reference number and how many miles it is and things like that. And you kind of get to pick which one you want. That's if you call in time and let them know which one you want. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. This is about how much money I made in July. So July started off slow. I started doing, I wanted to do 4 dealer transfers in the state of Texas. What that means is, I just pick up one from a certain place, and for just an example, Funtown RV in Cleburne, Texas. I pick one up from there and I take it to either Conroe, Texas, or Houston, or San Angelo, San Marcos. It just you stay in Texas. The thing is, that's a different load board that comes out that we get. It doesn't pay as much as if I was to go to Indiana and then go from there. I did 2 of those, and then I kind of waited around for a little bit, and I don't know what other transporting companies have as far as employees go, but there's a lot of employees. So once the load board comes out, I think a lot of us are just calling. That's why we can book our next load. I would say it started off pretty slow. When I finished my second Texas infield transfer, I was just dropping off my load in Cleburne, Texas. And then the load board came out while I was unhooking, and I'm like looking through it, and I'm like, there's a lot of Texas, So I called dispatch, and dispatch was like, oh, that one's taken, this one's taken, and I saw one. I don't know why. It just happened. This one was going to Ventura, California. So I've never done a run that long before, and it was a good sized travel trailer. It was just like about shy of 12,000 pounds. But anyway, I did that one, and I stayed home for, it took me about 3-4 days to get there. I was just chilling. I was taking my time. I went, luckily, the dealership didn't open up till Monday in the morning. And based off my time, I'm like, wow, I can relax somewhere, I can get there around Sunday night, or not Sunday night, excuse me, Saturday night or early Sunday morning. and just have the day with me because I was really close to the beach and everything like that. But anyway, I got an uncle who lives over there, and I kind of just hung out with him for the day. Turned in my unit in Ventura, California. And then I kind of hung out with him again, and I did my reset, 34-hour reset in California. I went to Redondo Beach. When I went through Utah, man, I was just, I used my 30-minute break and my safety breaks and things like that to go sightseeing and take pictures and things like that. I was taking my time. But anyway, when I came back, once I got done, I took a load to go into Colorado. After the Colorado, I went to Tennessee, and then I went back to Indiana, picked one up, and I took it to Cleveland. So anyway, I did a total of 6 runs total in the whole month of July. I could have done way more, but I would say in the beginning, I didn't really have the option to. Reason being the lack of loads, RVs, however you want to put it. So this is the breakdown of fuel costs, and this is on how many trips I've done, how much money I made in my runs, and how much money I spent on fuel and DEF, and some other things that I'm gonna mention in there. Some people just be like, hey, I just want to really know fuel costs, how much you spending on fuel. The good thing is the fuel has gone down a little bit, but it's still astronomical. It needs to come down a lot more. But anyway, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. So total cost from July, going all the way to the end of July. With DEF fluid, a tire rotation, and I would say I changed my oil 3 times. I do my own maintenance, and I spent a total of $5,625.13. And I know in here I calculated also 1 hotel stay. Let's just leave it like that. So with DEF, with fuel, with a hotel, oil change kits, $5,625.13. Now, I have a 3500 Chevy Silverado HD dually. For some people, they were asking me, do you have a regular pickup truck or whatever? So I have a dually long bed. I have a big truck. So that's what that's how much I spent, $5,625.13. And remember, that was hotel, food, not food, excuse me, gas, DEF, oil change kits, tire rotations. Now, remember, that was only on 6 runs. As far as total, what I've made only on 6 runs was $10,795.55. Last month I did, if I'm not mistaken, I think last month I did like 15,000, somewhere along that route, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. I gotta look at my other video. But with that being said, I have a profit of $5,170.42. A lot of that time, I would say I was in almost half the month of July. Almost half the month of July, I was home. Yeah, I was pretty much home. Especially when I came back from the beginning of July, coming back from California. Man, I took over a week off. And then took a job. Yeah, I would say almost 2 weeks I was home. I could have done more. Things did pick up, but I was just I was laxy daisy. Um, but that number could have been lot higher. I could have taken in a lot more loads, just the way it is. But going back to the subject of dealer transfers. Dealer transfers, I do not know if other RV companies do that or transporting companies do that. I really don't know. I will never bash, I will never in my life bash another company. I can't do that. I will never bash their standards. I can't do that. Every company on the planet has its perks, ups, downs. This is my first company. I work for In Transport. This is my first company. I like their load board setup. You know, some people are like, they don't like it, but then again, I like it. Some people tell me about, because you run into other different people driving from different transporters. And of course, the conversations always end up with, hey, how much you getting a mile? Or, you know, how does your company does this? And how do your company do that? And we exchange words, and we really do help each other out. When I was, for example, when I was in Tennessee, I hit somebody up who has an amazing YouTube channel. His name is Mr. Tennessee. I hit him up from time to time. He has an amazing, informative channel. You got to look him up, Mr. Tennessee. Awesome dude. So anyway, when I went to this place in Tennessee to go drop it off in Louisville, was it Louisville? Yeah, whatever. So the transporter just got there, and we just started talking. And as soon as he got there, he lost his pliers on his cutters. So I give him mine. That way he can cut the zip ties to hold his license plates on his RV. We're just here to help each other out. And of course, we looked at each other's trucks and looked at each other's load up and things like that. And he was really interested in other companies. I think he was trying to make a jump, but he wasn't too sure. He had to talk to his wife anyway. Very nice guy. We help each other out a lot on the road. When I asked him about his transporting company, if they do infield transfers, he said no. And he asked me, what the hell was he from? I think he lived in West Virginia or Virginia, something like that. And he asked me, does your company have a dealer transfer in Virginia? And I told him, I really don't know, because I know for a fact they're in Texas. But I don't know about West Virginia, and I've never looked into it. I just never did. So it's a question that I'll probably ask dispatch or somebody inside, you know, that way I can help other people and answer their questions. Because that question, he asked me that about a week ago. Almost a week ago, he asked me that question, and I couldn't answer, and it's been bothering me ever since. So Monday, probably when I go back out next, I'm gonna ask them that question. Hey, do you do dealer transfers besides Texas? Because that's a good question. So Texas is, of course, it's pretty large. You have we have contracts or whatever. We have a couple of yards in Cleburne, Hewitt, Texas, which is Waco, Conroe, Texas, Houston, Texas, Fairfield, Texas, and some other locations. So they'll send on the board, hey, pick this up, can you drop this off? And sometimes they're used units and things like that. And that's really good if you don't want to go back to Indiana. If you just want to stay local, maybe take your wife, your son, your kid, your daughter. I don't care. Take them on short trips, long trips. Do whatever you want. But if you want to just stay in Texas and just make a quick buck, just come home that night, you know, or just stay out there for a little bit. That's good money. It's not as much as going back to Indiana and then going from there, but it's enough. But yeah, so that's what dealer transfers are in the state of Texas. So it's pretty cool, and they pretty much always they always have loads going around and traveling and staying in Texas. Reason being, a lot of people trade in RVs. A lot of people upgrade. Some people sell them, or whatever the case may be. And they hit us, and the dispatch will hit us up, and they send this load board out. Hey, this needs to get done. Well, whatever. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. So with that being said, I made total of $10,795.55. And I would say, remember, half the month of July, almost 2 weeks of July, I was home for the most part. And I spent total of $5,625.13. Remember, that's with a few hotels, DEF fluid, a couple of oil change kits, and gas, diesel, and everything else. Which profit was $5,170.42. So the good thing, I didn't load. I didn't do videos a lot because, especially when I went to California, I was like kind of in the zone. I was kind of spaced out. Came back. I was really laxy-daisy. I didn't want to do too much, and we got to do a couple of things around the house. A couple of projects my wife has been doing up to the old missus, you know. So I gotta listen to her, right? My ass. She's gonna watch this video and kick my ass. But it is what it is. Hey, some of the other questions that I've been having was, why don't I have a fifth wheel yet? There's a few reasons. I don't have a fifth wheel right now because I'm not saying I'm not focused on it. I'm gonna get it eventually. I don't have my CDL right now. And did I start the process of a CDL yet? No. Am I going to? Yes. So right now I am non-CDL. I cannot pass GVWR of 26,000 pounds. My truck's GVWR already is 14,000. So technically I cannot have a travel trailer or whatever that's GVWR more than 12,000 pounds. That gives me at 26,000 pounds. And some of the other questions I think I've been being asked was, why did I choose the company that I am with right now? It's because of a friend. You know, he's prior military, I'm prior military, and he would come to my other old job just to chill and hang out, and I would ask him questions, and he would ask me questions, and it just goes on from there. That's when he told me about it, and it raised an eyebrow. It was, I would say this, the money's there. The money is there. I think what people's downfall is they focus on the money. But what's scary about it is there's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty. I had a cush. I'll use myself for an example. I was really nervous getting out of my comfort zone with my other job. I was a sales manager at a motorcycle shop. I loved my job. I had a really cush job, very easy job, and it paid really well. To transition into RV transporting, and the question of how much money do I make, how much money on fuel, that is like, that'll hit a man in the gut. Uncertainty is, you want to know those answers, but you can't until you go out there and you do it. So that's why a lot of people have these questions. I had them. But you cannot go forward if you don't make the first step. The first step is you need a truck. It could be I've seen somebody with a Nissan Titan. A Nissan Titan X. I'm like, what the heck? But I don't know if they were just doing it in Indiana or they were just doing dealer transfer. I don't know. But I saw him in a Nissan Titan with travel trailers. You know, but I recommend 2500 diesel or F250 preference. No truck is better than the other. There's no such thing as the best, because if there was a thing as the best, then there will only be one of them. So Chevy, GMC, Ford, Dodge, Nissan, hey, you choose. You need a truck, and you have to take that first step. And once you take that first step, the next foot is going to follow. My first step was ordering the truck. Once I did that, I said, "Holy crap! There's no looking back right now. I already ordered the truck." You know, and then that pushed me to keep going and going and going. Next thing you know, once I got my foot in the door, the reality of spending all this money on gas was insane. But I started to see the money coming in, and then once I got in the groove, into a rhythm, things just got better and better and better and better and better. The wheels started turning, things got way better and better and better. Thank God so far. Thank God, my truck has been awesome. I do my oil, once my oil gets to like 15-20%, I change it. I know I got more miles to go. It's just how I do it. I do my tire changes constantly. My next service is in 1,000 miles, and that's a big one. It's my my differential fluid is gonna have to be changed, and my transmission fluid has to be changed. That's doing about 1,000 miles. So what's today? Friday? I'll probably do that Sunday morning. I'll do it myself. I'll do everything myself. But what other questions do I get? Yeah, so that's the reason I chose In Transport, because somebody asked me why I chose Chevy. That's my truck. It's just the way it is. I have nothing against Dodge. I have nothing against Ford. I think they're all amazing trucks. It's just preference at the end of the day. Somebody asked me why a dually. The reason I chose a dually is because in the future I do plan to get my CDL. One thing there was some times I'm like, why the hell did I get a dually? I can tow more if I didn't have a dually. You know, as far as the GVWR goes, but I still can't pass 26,000 pounds. Now I'm like, well, I got a great truck. I'm fine with the dually. So one thing I notice is when I go up to people, some like, man, some people are like, I wish I would have bought a dually. That sometimes my truck gets thrown around in the wind a lot, you know, things like that. I'm like, man, I don't hardly feel anything like that. There's times where a truck passes me or something, and for that, I get that suction of another cup, depending on how close the lanes are. And sometimes you'll get that gust of wind, especially going to like Iowa. Like Iowa and Colorado and Nebraska. This is just like open field, and you see the wind and everything going across the road. And I'll feel the truck just slightly just move to the left or move to the right, but nothing concerning. Some people say, damn, it's devastating. The wind's insane. So, yeah, that's what this video is for. I do apologize I didn't upload any other videos. I was pretty much home for the majority of the time, and for quite some time in July. I started off really, really, really slow. Only on 6 loads. Made $10,795.55. Takeaway fuel cost is about half. Remember, that's with hotels, def, oil change kits. That could have been way less. But I'm not here to beat the bush. I'm not here to push anybody away. It's worth it. But I know a lot of people who wants to start this and wants to do this, but they only see the money. They have to see the reality. This is something. There's gonna be times where it gets slow. There's times gonna be insane. I've never worked through a winter before, so those are gonna be some awesome videos. I look forward to that. I really do. But thank you for watching this video. I'm not here to get famous or anything like that. This is just to be informative, give you guys some insight of what's going on. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'm pretty decent at responding back. I have quite a few people inbox me privately, and they provided me with their phone numbers, and I have called them back, every one of them, absolutely every one of them, and it's been a great conversation. And I actually met up with one of the guys, and he's a retired gentleman. I'm not going to tell you his name. You know, I don't have his permission or anything like that. But I'm about to call him here soon, see how he's doing. I think he had to go through some things first before he thinks about moving forward. And I already convinced a good gentleman friend of mine. He already ordered the truck. Now he's just waiting for it. But lovely guy, lovely wife, beautiful family. I think he needs this RV transporting thing in his life where he can be a little bit more relaxed. I'm definitely relaxed when I'm on the road. I would say this, fair warning. Take your own food, man. If you can, take your own food. This gas station food crap and this, I try to eat healthy. Keyword, I try to. The fast food restaurant that I think I get the most of is Subways. I guess you gotta eat fresh, whatever you want to call it. That's probably the most disgusting food. I don't freaking know. Don't judge me on it. Don't hate me. So, thank you for calling. Thank you for hitting my channel. Any questions, hit me up. I encourage you watch Mr. Tennessee. He's got some amazing videos. Very informative. Before I started watching his videos, and I hit him up from time to time, privately by email. And hopefully we will link up soon. I feel as though that I owe him a lot. I feel as though that because of him, that also pushed me as well. You gotta do your own homework. You gotta do your own research, but you gotta have a truck. You gotta take that first step. Nothing's gonna happen if you don't take that first step. So I owe him a steak dinner. I would love to buy him a steak dinner. Anyway, my name is Josue. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for looking at this. This is not to push anybody away. This is just information for you to understand my 6 runs for today and what I did the last couple of months since May 10th when I first started was my orientation. I'm not doing too shabby. The only regret I have is not knowing about this earlier. Man, I wish I would have known about this freaking 20 years ago. You know, like 15 years ago. I wish I would have known about this. Yeah. I don't look it, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm pushing 40. So, thank you. Any questions? Remember, hit me up. I'm pretty good as far as responding back. You guys have a good one. Bye.